Hey everybody, welcome back. Just decided to do a really quick review of the new remastered Phantasm II that's in the new Phantasm box set. As you know, I just got this in the other day because I did the unboxing video. So I managed to rewatch, I should say, Phantasm and Phantasm II. So just real quick on Phantasm, because I watched it with the new Dolby Atmos track, and I'd say I was very, very much impressed. It reminded me a lot of what Synapse did with Suspiria, where the Atmos track was used much more to just expand the sound, and it didn't really do any gimmicky things with the Atmos. Now, what it did enhance, though, was obviously the scene with the flying sphere through the hallway of the mausoleum. There's a little extra, some stuff there. The one that really kind of stood out for me, though, is the scene with the fly, if you want to call it that sort of attacks all of them in the house. That was probably the most noticeable. That really was like just jumping all around the room. But a lot of the other stuff, I noticed a lot with the music, how it just really brought a fullness to the sound of the music as I was watching it. So it was really, really cool. So for those of you with Atmos, I think you'll actually be happy with the Atmos track. But obviously everyone wants to know about the remastered Phantasm II. So the thing about the old transfer, which was on the Scream Factory release, and I think actually didn't Universal, even release their own bare bones version. So it had the same transfer. Now that transfer, if I'm not mistaken, well, yes, it was HD, but a very old transfer. I want to say that was probably done as the master for the DVD many, many years ago, and it had a lot of those faults. First off, it had a lot of wobble, which if you don't stabilize a lot of films, there's like a wobble to it, which can be quite headache inducing. And also, it had a lot of noise reduction applied. It had also sharpening to sort of compensate for that, which is sort of weird when you think about it. So that's why when that's done, it really can really mess up an image. So finally, we have this brand new 4K transfer from the original negative, supervised by Don Coscarelli. All the problems of the old transfer are gone. This thing is just beautiful. It has what you would expect for a new 4K transfer. Now, granted, it's still a low-budget film from 1988, so you still have to have, somewhat of expectations in check when, you sort of analyze this. But that being said, it looks so good. It has that organic film look to it. The colors are really there. The detail is really, there was so many times where the detail of it, and I was like, oh my God. So that's been missing for a really long time. And the audio sounded really good. And as far as the extra gore goes, obviously it's very, very minor. I think it's only a couple seconds. Even though it is only a couple seconds, it's so nice to have that back in. And the funny thing is, watching it now, I'm like, really? There's nothing really there that would constitute, having to cut it out for an R rating. That's how much things have changed. And kind of a shame too, where that sort of latter half of the 80s, how much the MPA was really coming down hard on horror films, and luckily they still kept those elements, where unlike other films, like some of the Friday the 13th films, those elements that were cut out, they got destroyed. They're just gone. They're gone for good, which is kind of sad to think about. But luckily for Phantasm II, that was not the case. Back in the film, and it just looks and sounds so good. So currently, the new box set is the only way to get the brand new transfer for Phantasm II. But as I've said a couple times, if I had to bet money on it, I really, really think Wellgo USA is definitely going to release the new Phantasm II edition as a single release. It literally makes no sense for them not to. I just think they'll probably just wait a couple months down the line. Who knows? They may even announce it tomorrow that that it's coming out. So hopefully it does get announced. Now, for those of you who don't have the old box set or are collectors like me, obviously, as I mentioned in my unboxing video, this is definitely a really, really nice set. It's kind of a pain to unbox it, but it's a really, really awesome set. And the Atmos track on the first film is so much fun if you have an Atmos setup. And obviously the new transfer in Phantasm 2 is just amazing. So well worth picking up this set, or again, waiting for Phantasm 2 to get a single release. And if by some chance someone from Wellgo USA is watching this, please just let us know. Even if you don't have a date yet, just let us know that down the line you will be releasing it, because I think a lot of people would be happy to know. I think they'd feel better if they knew that if they just wait a little bit longer, they can wait to get just Phantasm 2. So nothing super in-depth and hopefully nothing overly technical, which I know sometimes I can get. In this review, I just wanted to share some quick thoughts on those of you who are wondering how the new transfer is. So let me know what you think, and if you plan on picking up this set, or if you're going to wait for a single release. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.